What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Salt Shack Podcast. My name's Bryce, aka Brusta Jablonca, and I'm here with...
Excuse me. Kaleb or War Monkey 75. Yeah, dude. Burp was coming out. Couldn't stop it.
Today's episode 40.
Ooh.
We're cooking
We are.
with gas.
With gas. A couple weeks we'll be on 50.
Mm-hmm. Probably by the end of the summer.
Definitely.
That should be a big episode. We'll do something crazy for that shit.
4 people.
We'll see. Maybe. Honestly, that'd be pretty fun, though.
Yeah.
Today might be one of our best episodes yet. We are doing something completely different we've never done before. We are ranking all 13 Disney princess movies.
Yep.
We have never talked about any of these movies before. They have been mentioned in the Disney animated movie ranking, but we did not really talk about it much more than that. So, and I don't even remember what you said for those. I remember what I said, but I don't remember what you said. So, there's that. We got trivia, which I've already warned Caleb is the toughie.
Yeah.
And then we got a third segment that I have not told Caleb yet. So, we're going to start with trivia.
Okay. Oh boy.
I was trying to think of a theme for this trivia.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of one.
Okay.
So, this is the first edition of Bryce's Potluck, where I come up with not a theme, but like a general theme for multiple things, and we're rolling with that.
Oh, God.
This potluck is top things, top stuff, best things, if you will. So, for an example, the first question should be easy. If you don't get this, I'm just gonna probably end the pod early.
No.
Most used Mario Kart Wii character.
Funky Kong.
There you go.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I initially ordered these in the easiest to hardest, and then I realized I have a gift for you today. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, God.
I have a number set in my head. If you beat it, obviously I'll give it to you, but if this doesn't go well, then we'll see, I guess.
Sure.
All right. Most MCU appearances by a character. We'll accept 2 answers for this.
Okay. My first reaction was to say Nick Fury because he's in a ton of movies and he makes little cameos. My other answer was Black Widow because she also does the same thing. I'm just gonna say Fury.
That's correct.
Okay.
He has 14. I would have accepted Stanley though too.
Oh yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Most played Wii Sports game.
Just Wii Sports, not Resort.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gotta be bowling or baseball. I'm gonna say bowling.
That's correct.
Okay.
Most Star Wars appearances canon.
It's gotta be oh man. Now I don't know if this counts ghosts or not, because then it would probably because then it could be Yoda, because he's in
Yeah.
the first is on the first movie.
I think this also counts Clone Wars, just saying. Not every episode, obviously, but
also Clone Wars?
Shows too, I believe.
Oh God. Well, could be
You're hugging yourself. You're so scared right now.
I feel stupid. See, I think it could be Obi-Wan, because not only is he Obi-Wan, but he's also Ben Kenobi, and he's got a show, and he's throughout the Clone Wars, and he's in Rebels, and Yeah, just Obi-Wan and Ben. But he doesn't really show up in like the last 3 movies, which is like, and then you could say Leia because she shows up in Obi-Wan, and like she, I mean, technically is in Revenge of the Sith because she gets born and then she's in like the last 6. Um, oh, can't be Ahsoka. She only has a show and only Clone Wars. It's gonna be
Yeah, she's in none of the movies. So.
Yeah, just because she was just not, she didn't exist. It's gonna be like Yoda. But I'm thinking Obi-Wan or Leia.
There are people home for this pod.
Yeah, if you hear some
That is
noise in
also
the
Maple.
background.
Maple's always home.
I'm just gonna say Obi-Wan.
Someone you didn't even say.
Darth Vader?
R2D2.
Oh.
It was R2D2. Bummer.
Yeah.
All right. Longest Pixar movie. Minutes wise. If you really need me to, I can do multiple choice, but I didn't write it down, so I'd have to look real quick.
Do you care if I look at all of them really quick? Not obviously not the
I'll
minutes.
just give you multiple choice.
Okay. Because my first guess was one of the Toy Stories. Feels like Toy Story 2 is pretty long.
I just gotta cook up something real quick.
Okay.
I'll give you the top 4. Okay, so we got Toy Story 3, Incredibles, Incredibles 2, Cars.
Dang. Honestly, I think it's Toy Story 3.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It is Incredibles 2.
Dang.
It's like almost 2 hours.
Huh.
And Cars was first before Incredibles 2, which I don't really remember that, but
no, neither do I.
Kind of cooks through, but
yeah.
Who has won the most NFL Super Bowls?
If it's not Tom Brady, I mean, I don't know anything about anyone pre-2000s, so it's there could be some sleeper in there that's won 10. I'm just say Tom Brady.
I'll give it to you. It was Patriots.
Oh,
6.
Okay. Sure.
Tied with the Steelers. Steelers have 6, but they haven't won one since 2005, I think, or something like that. They haven't won one in a while either. So, all right. Why did I X'd you for some reason? That was correct. Just praying on your downfall at this point. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these last 4 suck.
Okay.
Top used Smash Bros. Brawl character.
I'm gonna guess Meta Knight.
Your final answer?
Is this tournaments?
I don't know. It was whatever statistic website I looked at. I think it was just percentage usage. So I'm guessing probably tournaments.
Because he was banned from tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be kind of shocked if they found out online stats from the Wii.
So I guess I won't say Meta Knight just because he was banned from tournaments, but I said him because he's broken. He's so good.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know the competitive scene too well, but it's gonna be some garbage pick. It's gonna be Fox.
Fucking hate Fox. I don't know how he is in Brawl, but I despise him in Ultimate so fucking much.
I'll say Fox.
It is Marth.
Huh. I guess that makes sense. But
I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere a while ago, just because it was like Marth's Ike, but like faster, pretty much.
Yeah.
So top, and this is like across a couple lists because obviously every list is different.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of tallied them together. I'll say this guy was like in the top 3 like most of the time, and I've seen him at one like 3 times, which is yeah. Top Mario Kart 8 character to use. Deluxe, not just 8.
It's gotta be like. Ouch. A couple months ago, I'd say Waluigi, just cause. It's probably Yoshi.
Your final answer?
Yeah.
That's incorrect. I have not been paying attention to Mario Kart 8 lore.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dry Bowser's really fucking good, apparently. Because he's in the top 3 of every fucking list. I've seen Dry Bowser, Yoshi, and Wario in the top 3 every time.
Huh. Well.
I feel like I remember Wario being in the records a couple times. I have not been paying attention, though, at all. Like, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
Ever since the last pack was dropped, I've been out of Mario Kart, so.
Wario was like the first meta before they really figured everything out. It was like Wario standard kart roller wheels, and like that was the down even kart. It was like the combination to get the most like balanced stats. So, well, at least I was kind of close.
Yeah. Top used Smash Ultimate character. I will accept 3 answers because there's so many.
There are so many. Oh.
This is like a combination of the last like year stats because I've seen stuff from like 3 months ago, 6 months ago. There's nothing current because Ultimate's not popping right now. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with like a wild pick. I'm gonna choose Bayonetta.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That's incorrect. I've seen Sora, Cloud, and Steve.
Oh,
Top picks. So.
Steve got banned eventually.
Yeah, Steve was it last year, and then he was not on the list anymore. So I was like, interesting.
Yeah, he like. Someone figured out a way where you could get someone in like an infinite combo, and people would abuse that. So
yeah. Last question. The last question was going to be your 10th question, but I changed it to this one. Who has the most WrestleMania wins of all time? There are 40 WrestleManias.
And it's not Edge.
What?
It's not Edge, because there's that one time I gave you that one trivia, and I think Edge was number 1, but it was like...
That was championships.
Okay. I'm assuming I would know this person if you asked me this question.
You know this person. It's definitely been in your head before.
You know, it's probably like... I've got like 3 names. It's like John Cena, The Rock, and Undertaker. Or Andre.
It is not Andre. Andre died before like Mania like 13 or something like that. I will help you there.
I can see Hogan maybe being up there. But I mean, I'm gonna be so sad if it's Undertaker, but I'm gonna guess The Rock.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is Undertaker.
Oh, no. Oh.
I was hoping you'd just go with your heart there.
Oh.
He was 25-2 at WrestleMania.
Oh my god.
He was 21-0 to start. He is the most prolific streak in wrestling history.
That's awesome.
And then Brock Lesnar beat him and concussed him, so that was fun.
Damn.
Well, my thing was 4 in my head, So I guess I'll give it to you. It's four. You got fours. Yeah. This is kind of bittersweet since you got this question wrong, but
Let's
Undertaker.
go.
I was hoping it'd be like a Undertaker, yay! Here's Undertaker, but
See, I thought it would be The Rock just because he's been like wrestling forever.
Yippee.
We'll do that for now.
Nice. Well, that was Bryce's potluck one.
I was like fairly close on everything.
Yeah.
I think. I know Bayonetta was really popular in like Smash 4 and 5 just because she's pretty overpowered.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot about like all DLC characters.
Yeah. All right. I need you to open your notebook and put numbers 1 through 10 on it.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Today's a little bit of a different blind ranking. Instead of things that, like, you know, MCU movies, Pixar.
Princess movie.
Yeah, we're blind ranking princess movies.
Yeah.
No. You guys gotta wait for that. This is a hypothetical. This is, you are going to be ranking MCU projects that have either been announced or things that I would like to see happen. Okay. And then you're going to rank them by how much you want them to happen.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We got Blade.
Okay.
A confirmed project happening in 2025. Are you going to blind rank it?
Oh, yeah. I'll put Blade at a 4.
Okay.
Pretty excited for Blade, but I want to leave more spaces.
Found out this morning that Mia Goth is in that movie. Now, you haven't seen X or Pearl, but she is amazing in those.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that. All right. Next, we got the new Guardians of the Galaxy team movie.
Ooh. I mean, I'm personally most excited for like King Groot and seeing Rocket as a leader. But the rest of the characters, I don't really know.
There's Warlock.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Kraglin.
And
then the kid. I don't know what their name is, but
I'll put it at a 3.
Just reminding you that there's a bunch more of these, so yeah. Next we got Armor Wars, which would be a movie about War Machine trying to protect Tony Stark's stuff from bad guys. And I imagine Ironheart would probably also be in that too. But
yeah, I'll put that at like an 8. Like, it would be cool, but like, I'm not asking for it.
MCU X-Men.
Putting that at 2. After watching all the X-Men movies, it's like, I just want, give me all of them, please.
We got the Young Avengers. So, like, Chadwick's kid, the Thor's kid.
Yeah.
If all those people team up.
Sure. I'll put that at 5. Like, it'd be cool to see. It'll be no Avengers, but
yeah,
you know, they have to do something.
Moon Knight movie.
I do like Moon Knight. I'll throw it at 7.
World War Hulk.
Ooh, you know, I'll have to throw it at 9. I'm sure if I watched She-Hulk, I'd be more hyped for it. But
It's a hypothetical. It's not really announced yet, so. Avengers Kang Dynasty.
I'm gonna throw it at 10. I don't really know where they're going, what they're gonna do with it. Thanks, Jonathan Majors. Like, it was really cool, and now it's like, ooh.
Avengers Secret Wars.
So you could screw me over with this number 1 here.
I put them all in order beforehand.
I'll put it at 6. What am I most excited for?
Spider-Man 4.
Okay, I could see myself being personally excited for Spider-Man 4. You know, this ain't a
Secret
bad
Wars
list.
is pretty low.
I mean, yeah.
That's like everyone. Could see Wolverine and Toby.
Yeah. But besides that, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, I probably would agree with, like, my bottom 3.
I would want World War Hulk over probably Young Avengers. Just because I don't know what that really means. Could be complete ass.
Yeah. Alright, at number 10, I've got Avengers Kang Dynasty. At number 9, I've got World War Hulk. At number 8, I've got Armor Wars. At number 7, I've got a Moon Knight movie. At number 6, I've got Avengers Secret Wars. At number 5, I've got Young Avengers. At number 4, I've got Blade. At number 3, I've got The New Guardians. At number 2, I've got MCU X-Men. And at I'm doing so well.
You were.
At number 1, I've got Spider-Man 4. I mean, I could probably swap my top 2, because, like, I'm so excited to see those X-Men actors in the MCU.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're going to recast most of them, but...
Probably, but just seeing the characters.
Especially because Beast is Lex Luthor in Superman, so... Nicholas Holt. I didn't realize how many movies that guy was in until recently.
Yeah, he's in, like, Renfield, and...
Still want to watch Renfield. Haven't
Me
watched
too.
it. All right. Is it time for our Disney princess ranking?
I think it is time.
Just want to make this clear. This is not ranking princesses. This is ranking their movies. I feel like it'd be a little different if we were ranking just the princess.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But just to make sure we're all on the same page, this is just the movies that they are in. I'm gonna list off all the movies in this criteria, just so everyone's on the same page. I just need to look it up real quick because I don't have the list in order.
I'm wearing my only Disney shirt.
Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. This is in no specific order. This is just how Google's giving it to me. Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Mulan, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Brave, Moana, Raya and the Last Dragon. So,
alrighty.
that is our movies. If you want to look at our list after this, we will have it public on our letterbox and stuff. So, and the reviews. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I can go first this time. I think there are arguably like 2 movies that are not as good as the rest.
Okay, we'll see if we agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty harsh on some of these.
Yeah, it's at number 13, I've got Brave. I mean, kind of the same stuff we said with Pixar. It's like the story's kind of the characters are solid, but I just wasn't in it.
I don't know why it's a Pixar movie. It shouldn't be a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Hot take, but
it's just
Brave doesn't seem like a Pixar movie. It seems like a Disney movie.
Pixar tried too much. Just wasn't really it.
Are you gonna rate these?
Yeah, I'll keep it the same. It was like a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, my last place is a 1 out of 5.
Oh God. Ooh. Getting pretty nice over here.
I was honest.
These could change from like when I say them now by like half a point. But alrighty.
Yeah, my last is Pocahontas. It's not fucking close either, in my opinion. That movie was so fucking garbage. Like, so bad.
Yeah.
It's also extremely racist, which is just like,
yeah,
Jesus
it is.
Christ. Like, I didn't write notes for any of these movies, really. But there's a song in this movie, and it's called They're Savages.
Oh, yeah.
That gave off the slavery song from Elf Bowling. That was what I was thinking the entire thing, because they were like, all these white folk are coming in, they're savages, and then the other side would be like, oh, these Indians are savages, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like, and then the ending just sucks. Like,
yeah,
spoilers for these movies that came out over 20 years ago. So the main prince gets arrowed or something by his own guy. Or no.
He gets shot.
The main guy from their tribe dies from someone, not the prince. And then they blame the prince. And Pocahontas is just like, no! She's not like, he didn't do it.
Yeah, that's
Which was just like, what? And then that, like, I don't even know how Pocahontas is a technical princess, because I mean, I've never watched the second one. I don't plan on watching the second one either. But like, they don't get married in this movie. They go their separate ways.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, I don't like Pocahontas.
Yeah, my number 12 with a 2 out of 5 is Pocahontas. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just kind of wish they would like redo it.
I don't think you need to redo it. Like the historical story itself is just not a good premise in the first place to do. Yeah. Like, the real life Pocahontas is not something that should be turned into a happy Disney princess movie. So
they need to like just like do something else.
Retcon Pocahontas. Yes. The history of Pocahontas is a thing, and I'm not saying that should be gone from history.
It's just
but the fact that Disney went out of their way to make this shitty movie for that character is just like,
just like make your own. If you want to include the Native American community, just like come up with something original.
Yeah. I mean, I get like probably 10 out of 13 of these movies are like original sourced movies from like the 1900 1800 fairy tale stories. That's why half of these princesses are 16 getting married and stuff. So obviously that's not a thing that happens anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd much rather have Elsa and Anna as a princess than Pocahontas. And I'm not trying to be like a shitty person, but it just doesn't seem like something Disney should be. Yeah, whatever. That was your 12.
Yeah.
I might get a lot of fucking hate for this. With a 1.5 out of 5, I have Cinderella. This movie's a fucking Tom and Jerry movie. Like, I think there's like some stat out there that Cinderella's screen time in Cinderella is around 10 minutes of the entire movie. And I get this movie's only like an hour and 10 minutes. But like, youch. Like, and I get like the whole point of like these animals are helping her and whatnot. But it's like, god damn. This movie was not good. And like, Cinderella is probably like, before watching this, Cinderella in my head is like probably the most famous Disney princess, probably up there. She's just
top 3.
Like, she's just so well known. Like, I'm sure everyone could, if I asked Disney princess, they'd probably say Cinderella. But like, the movie itself is not good, and I have not watched the live action one, so I can't really say if that was good or not, but I'm pretty sure it did not do good either. So
I don't think I watched it.
I haven't watched most of the like live action 2015 Cinderella. It's got like a 3 on Letterboxd, so it's not terrible, but I don't know. So, yeah. Hate me if you want. I don't plan on rewatching this movie.
At 11, with a 3 out of 5, I have Raya and the Last Dragon. It was my first time watching it. Your first time too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I think it was Raya was my first time. I know you watched Moana for the first time when we watched Moana. Yeah. But I've seen the rest of these, I think, when I was like a kid. Like, some of these I just don't have any recollection of seeing, but I like know for a fact that I've at least seen them once as a kid. Like, they'll just play on Disney Channel and I'll watch it, you know? So, yeah. Anyways.
Definitely knocked it down a little bit. I just hate Awkwafina. Like, hearing her voice the entire time was kind of annoying. I gave it a 3. Like, I still enjoyed this movie. The characters are funny.
You hear people just ignore it.
Sorry.
We can't help that. Yeah.
Like, I really liked the baby with the 3 monkeys. Like, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I enjoyed most of the characters. I mean, obviously I'll talk about it when I get to it, but Wong as that big guy was pretty cool.
Yeah. The thing that also made me angry was the girl with the shaved head betrayed her twice, and I was like, like that pissed me off. But it was a cool like dungeon crawler, like where they just went through all these like little mini quests with a dragon. So it's like obviously it was gonna be a cakewalk with all the dragon, like
yeah.
But no, I mean I'd definitely watch this movie again. It was enjoyable.
You know, I could probably go from like a 2 like a 1.5 for my 11. I have Brave. Not very good.
Yeah.
Like Brave, like Mirabelle as a character is like fine. Like I don't really have any issue with that. Like
Yeah.
it's just not that interesting of a movie to me. Like the bear villain, it's like pretty ass to
He
me.
doesn't really show up.
Like I think there's some fun moments. Like the arrow, like when she first started shooting, was like a lot of fun. The little brothers are funny. Like all the characters are just kind of charming in their own way because they're all like goofy Viking people. But like, I don't know. It didn't really hit with me. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about it, honestly. We've talked about Brave a ton on this channel, so.
At number 10, another 3 out of 5. I have Snow White.
I also have Snow White at 10, but I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I mean, it's like the oldest one for
It's
a reason.
old.
You gotta appreciate
I'm
it.
I'm really trying to give it leeway. But my favorite part, and it wasn't even close, was the dwarves. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Like the actual Snow White part was just like me 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 me.
But yeah, dude, the dwarves are like they make it.
We've been yelling hi ho in the house
Yeah.
for like 3 weeks since we watched it. Like
One of the most iconic Disney songs.
oh yeah, easily.
So no, that really boosts it up. It's like yeah, like the Evil Queen's iconic and then she does all the stuff, but it's like I don't know. It's like enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, I kind of like went through my entire letterbox and just kind of lowered some stuff down just because I feel like I was like being way too nice with some things. And while I think 2 out of 5 obviously isn't a great movie, I'm like it's getting a lot of leeway from the fact that it's like 80 years old. Obviously, the one we watched was the colorized reanimated version or whatever, like the re-pictured version,
Not the black and white.
that they probably did in like 2002 or whatever to like fix it, but it's like it's fine. Like it's I don't really have any issue with it. So yeah.
At number 9 with another 3 out of 5, I've got Cinderella. I think the sisters being so annoying, like the evil stepsisters were like so ugly.
Yeah. Another thing I had an issue. Well, it's not really an issue. I get suspenseful and whatever, but like it took the rat people or whatever the fuck they were, the mouse people, like in movie time, like 15 minutes to grab the key out of her pocket, roll it up the stairs one by one. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, like the mouse could have grabbed it and then the bird could have just brought it all the way upstairs. And I felt like the guy that brought the shoe. He was falling asleep watching them put on the shoe, trying to get the fit on their foot. That was me during that part. I was like,
yeah. I think the animals are fairly funny in this movie. I like the dog a lot.
Oh yeah,
big Goofy. The horse.
I felt bad for him. They kicked him out, man.
Yeah, like the cat was.
That was a douchebag.
It was. I should watch the live action one, but I mean,
there's like a couple live action princess movies that we could watch. I just like have no interest because it's the same movie, just live action. So,
but it's like it's a Disney classic.
Yeah,
I gotta give it that. So, give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, like when I like the weird thing is before this ranking, when I think of Cinderella, I'm like, that's a classic. Like that's gonna be high, and then like I don't know if you guys watch Escape Pod podcast with Alex and Andrew, but Alex was saying like 50 minutes of the screen time is animals and it's a bad movie, and I was like, no way, like he's just saying that. it's like 50 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
like the first half, like 45 minutes of the movie is a chase with the cat and the rat people. Like that is a Tom and Jerry bit. Anyways, my number 9, I have Rhea with a 2.5 out of 5. I think this movie could bump up the more I watch it. This was my first time watching it.
Yeah.
And when the dragon popped out and I heard that raspy fucking Aquafina voice, I was like, like, I'm not the type of person to like fucking just like wail on someone, but like I fucking hate Aquafina so much. She was easily the worst part of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And she was the one that killed the dragon, like the bad guy at the end, which is just like ridiculous. Probably the worst part of the entire movie. Spoiler alert. And it's just like you could have picked any other person and I probably would have easily bumped this up another half point. I just cannot stand her voice. Mm-hmm. I can just picture her talking from Shang-Chi, and that was her the entire movie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this sucks. And then she would disappear, and I would have a great time. Like, there's the babies and the monkey, like, the big guy that was the only person left on his, like, territory or whatever. Which
fine.
Which is like, damn, that sucks. Like, and it was voiced by Wong, who's just the GOAT. So it's like, and there's like some really valid good parts of this movie, like, and like the short hair girl as the villain is interesting. It made me very frustrated when she still shot the dragon, which is just like, why? That could have been resolved way before that. And like I don't know, this might be a really weird comparison, but it reminded me a lot of Moana if Moana wasn't in the water, because they were like going and fighting random places, and then they had this big beast to put the heart back into the island. They had to put the ball back together to get the shadow people away. But like, this was extremely low for the first half of the movie. I was uninterested. I did not care. Like, it was, the first half of the movie was so boring. And then the team up with all the different people that lost people was like pretty cool. Yeah. So that definitely raised it. And I liked the ending. So yeah.
At number 8 with another 3 out of 5. I've got Sleeping Beauty.
I also have that at 8, but a 2.5 out of 5.
Sleeping Beauty has my favorite theme. It's like Tchaikovsky's like Sleeping Beauty waltz or whatever it is. But like, I could listen to that theme forever, and it like repeats a couple times throughout the movie. It's just, it's so good.
I like could be wrong. You can talk while I look, but I could have swore this was like the lowest rated one of the 13. I was like, that's shocking to me, because like I had a good ass time watching this movie.
Yeah. I kind of have a gripe that the people have with like Cinderella is like, I feel like most of the screen time is like the 3 fairies.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay, it wasn't. I'm glad I'm wrong about that.
It's like we basically watched the 3 godmothers, I guess, for most of the movie.
Yeah. My biggest issue is just like how brain dead those 3 are. Like, they took her away for 16 years. Just for them to fight over a fucking dress color to ruin where they are.
Yep.
And I get like Maleficent's Goonies were just looking for a baby for 16 years, which is just like, that's funny, but it's also stupid. For the rat crow to like find them instantly. Because they're fucking waving their wands around, fighting over dumb shit. Like, how stupid are you? Wouldn't you think the day of the birthday would be the most concealed day you would have? No, apparently not.
Yeah, I also really liked, I mean, I'm a big sucker for Maleficent. Maleficent's like so cool.
Yeah, that raised it up a couple points for me too, just because they're like actually a villain, like actually such a bad person.
like they're all blessing the baby, and then she comes in and curses him,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then the Maleficent dragon fight is pretty sick.
That was another thing that raised it up for me was the prince was actually a character.
Yeah,
It wasn't just
Philip.
something I can look, but it wasn't just like a character that came in to kiss the
Yeah,
princess at the end of the movie to like announce that they're together or whatever. Like they are like he was like a full on Prince Philip. He was like a full on character in the movie
Yeah.
fighting off the dragon because he wants Aurora that bad.
yeah, because she snuck into a ball, and he was like, "This is the only person that I actually enjoy being around," and then she was gone.
Well, yeah, I like the not really a twist, but I like the fact that they found each other in the woods, and that was the first person that she had ever seen, and he was like, "Oh, I want her, not the princess," and that was obviously the princess, and she was like, "I don't want a prince, I want the guy in the woods," and that's the prince. So it's like that was a fun concept, I guess. So,
but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, same. We're getting into the really good territory.
Dude, yeah.
I jump a whole point to my next. Like 7 through 2, arguably 1, could probably be switched around any day. Like
I would agree with that.
Like I love all these movies.
Did we have the same 13 through 8?
No. Or like the same like
Yeah.
Same. Not the same order though.
No, same.
Pocahontas, Cinderella, Brave, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Raya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, these next 7 I honestly had a tough time ranking. And I feel so bad that this is this low.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like
because like there's more good. Well, I guess the top half of Disney princess movies are really good. So the fact that one has to be at 7 is like really crazy to me, honestly. It was like I was sitting there for like a good 30 minutes last night, like trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this. So
I probably swapped all of these movies around like a bunch.
Yeah.
It sucks, but at number 7 I've got The Little Mermaid.
I also have that 7. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
I also gave it a 3.5. It's
okay. This might be a hot take, but I thought The Little Mermaid going into this would be like top 3 easily for me. It just doesn't hold up to me anymore.
Okay.
There's some like random parts where I'm just like, does this really need to happen?
Yeah.
I love the songs. The songs are very good.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole like I get that the mute part needs to be in there, but I just like didn't really care the entire time that was happening. I'm forgetting the villain's name.
Ursula.
Ursula's good.
Ursula's awesome. Poor Unfortunate Souls is so good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite like Disney villain songs.
Yeah. I guess another gripe I kind of had with it, and that's why it's like not in the like the cream of the crop level of these, is like obviously Ursula is the villain throughout the entire movie, but the fact that when she finally got the crown from her dad, it took her like 5 minutes of screen time to lose.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was some more like cause and effect of her getting that, like maybe like not like 20 or 30 minutes of the movie, but more of like maybe like more of a fight, because she just kind of like gets killed like 5 minutes after getting it, and then everyone gets freed, which is great, but it's like kind of whatever. So
yeah,
but it's a great movie.
I think it has like some of the best side characters too. Like Sebastian's awesome, Flounder's pretty sick. Even Ariel's dad.
I remember Flounder doing more as a kid. I feel like he did. I mean, obviously he's there like 80% of the movie with her, but it's also like I feel like he had more of a role when I was a kid, but maybe I was tripping.
Yeah. I don't remember Sebastian being like in the movie as much as he was, like, because he could actually go on land.
Yeah.
But yeah, This was tough, but I had to put it at 7.
Yeah, now it's getting even harder.
It like even jumps a little bit more here.
Yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised by this next movie because I hadn't seen it in forever. At number 6 with a 4 out of 5, I got Princess and the Frog. Wow, there was like not a bad thing about this movie. Like the villain song, also a banger. Like, I Got Friends on the Other Side is so good. And the story is great. Like, everything that Tiana has to go through.
It's a lot of fun.
Dang.
Yeah.
And then she like almost gets it all wiped away by being turned into a frog, and then she kind of like accepts it. She's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I've got this prince. But like, I think these side characters are also a little bit better than the Little Mermaid, because like
I agree.
the Croc, oh, so good.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that guy, to be honest. Like, I haven't watched this movie since it was like initially airing on Disney Channel. So it was like, that's with most of these though.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen these in forever, so it was kind of fun doing this.
Yeah, and then the lightning bug being in love with the star, you're like, oh,
yeah, and then
that's funny.
Yeah, he dies and then he becomes a
Yeah.
star. That was yeah.
And then they all referred to the villain as like the Shadow Man, and you're like, that's pretty cool. That's ominous. And then they have to like go seek out this lady that does the same thing, but she's like 120.
Yeah.
And like she's got the powers, but obviously she's really old and kind of senile, so it's like she's not.
Yeah, she was funny.
Yeah.
She reminds me of the blind lady in Deadpool, but like obviously not as raunchy.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, this movie was great.
Yeah. So I guess this is kind of revealing a little bit, but like not really, I guess. But everything up 6 and above is 4 and above on my rating scale, like 8 out of 10 and above.
Same here.
Which is funny why like fucking Pocahontas is even considered in this conversation. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, this was tough. Number 6, I have Mulan. I really liked Mulan. Just the whole story was like a really good time, honestly. Like, yeah, it's so tough. Like this range is like so tough.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I really enjoyed a lot of the scenes. Like the cannon up at the mountain was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed like the part where they thought they won, but obviously they found out she's a girl, so they were like, just leave us alone. And she's like, they're coming back, and then some awful shit happens, and it's like, well, now we gotta win again. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. The ending was sweet. The like main knight was like simping, but he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, hey, is this where Mulan lives?
Oh, you're a good fighter.
Yeah. And the grandma's like, you can stay forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really liked Mulan. I don't know if I gave it a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
With a 4.5 out of 5, at number 5, I've got Moana. I was like, this movie's really good.
Yeah.
The only thing that doesn't make it a perfect movie is Maui's kind of a stinker at some points. Like, he's just kind of annoying at some points. It's like, come on, buddy. Like, just do better.
Calling him a stinker is crazy word.
The crab fight kind of dragged, in my opinion. But all the fighting in this movie is really good. I really liked when they fought like woman version of
Yeah. I can't remember her name either, but
the lava lady.
yeah.
Like that was super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even the moments with the grandma were like, oh, like she's different, but
The family's great in that movie.
Obviously the music is very good as well.
Very nervous about Moana 2 coming out this year. I don't know where you go from the end point of that, but whatever.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out, I guess.
Man. But yeah, this was my first time seeing Moana. Think if I watched it a couple more times, it could go up.
Yeah, I will talk about Moana in a sec. This hurt to put it, which is crazy. It's at 5, but it feels low for this movie. I have Beauty and the Beast. It's really tough putting it this low, though. It was, I can't remember at what point we watched this, but it was number 1 for a while because it just completely changed the game for most of the movies that we were watching at that point.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think just it's such a classic story. It's so good. And like just like Be Our Guest is just such a good song.
Yeah.
And like I've seen this play. Like I've seen the musical, like when like not our school, but the school below us did it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna name drop, but that was great. That made me like it even more. So I was like, yeah, no, great movie. And like the fight at the end was fun with Gaston and the Beast on the roof. Gaston's just the biggest piece of shit.
Yeah.
Beast could have ripped him in half and he like let him go and then he stabbed Beast still. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I hope you died when you fell. Like, you're a piece of shit. And everyone's so mean to their, like, the dad. The kooky guy. Papa.
Maurice.
Papa.
Maurice.
Papa.
No.
Yeah, that's my 5. It sucks putting, like, it feels so low for Beauty and the Beast, but I just couldn't put it any higher, so.
At number 4, with a 4 out of 5, I've got Mulan. Like, dude, this story was so good. Like, did we watch this right after or I think we watched it next to Pocahontas?
Yeah.
It was right after or right before.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm like pretty sure you're right, which just was like,
dude,
youch.
Yeah. We watched Pocahontas and I was like, ooh, and then we watched Mulan and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, just completely shat on Pocahontas.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, Make a Man Out of You is a great song.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like it was really funny because I was like telling my girlfriend Molly that we were doing this, and she was kind of like asking me updates on my ranking. And like 2 or 3 days ago, I was like, Cinderella's the worst. I don't really see how that could change unless Raya was like really bad.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd watched Pocahontas since I was like 3. So I was like, it can't be that bad. It's fucking awful.
Yeah. Dude, the Mulan story like is so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Oh my god. Like even the villain is really good because he's kind of ruthless. He's just like slaughtering people.
Yeah. No, he was a pretty scary guy, I'm sure. As a kid, that was pretty scary to watch. So
kind of reminds me of the villain from like Kung Fu Panda.
Tai Lung.
Yeah. He's kind of like he's like the Tai Lung in this movie.
I have a Tai Lung take. I'm not gonna say it, but we'll save it. We might like this. It might be a long time before this happens, just because DreamWorks doesn't have a fucking streaming service. But we'll hopefully do a DreamWorks ranking in the future. So.
But yeah, Mulan's story is goated. Like it's so good.
Yeah. Number 4, with a 4 out of 5, I have Princess and the Frog. This was on my top 10 for Disney animated. And I hadn't watched it since it initially premiered on Disney Channel when I was a kid. And I like, obviously I watched it more after, like when it was on Disney Channel. I hadn't watched it in years before this, and I was like, I remember why I love this movie. Like, this
Yeah,
movie's
dude.
so fucking good. I honestly did not remember the part her turning into a frog, so that was kind of shocking to me. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why I forgot that of all things. I was like, oh shit, she's a frog now too.
Wait a minute.
The Firefly character, like the arc of him is just fucking amazing. Like, he's such a like
Is it Ray?
cool. I think so. He's such a cool little guy,
Yeah,
and
he
then he
is.
turns into a star, and it's like, no, it's so
My
sad.
boy.
But it's just like it like really showed how like Tiana was like the hardest working person in that city. Like she wanted that restaurant so bad,
Yeah.
and then the prince came in. He like doesn't give a fuck. Like
like I'm broke
he got
as
cut
shit.
off from his parents' funds, and they had to work it out together. And he was trying anything for her to get a restaurant, and yeah, and the villain's amazing. So
He is.
yeah,
That and like the Prince Butler becoming the prince is like
yeah, I
dang.
forgot about that too. I was like,
Yeah.
huh, interesting. Yeah, so
Yeah. Just great all around movie.
yeah, top three so hard.
Yeah, dude. Okay. At number 3 with a 4.5 out of 5, I've got Tangled. This movie was so good.
Yeah, it
like
is.
it's so good.
Yeah,
The music is great. Like At Last I See the Light is so good. But I think like the villain it's kind of like The Visit. Like where I'm going to be your parent.
kinda. Yeah, a
Yeah, I'm
little
going to be your
bit. That was a
parent
really
now.
odd comparison,
Yeah.
but yeah, I kind
Uh,
of see what you're saying.
But like kidnapped at birth and then being stuck in this tower, only
Yeah.
knowing like one person in your life who treats you like garbage.
Yeah,
Like, dang, that sucks
Yeah.
so much.
yeah,
And having magical hair, but like not really using it to its full extent besides like a pulley
yeah.
to get the person you hate up to your window. Like, dang, dude.
And just healing the mom over and over and
Yeah.
over and over.
I also like Mother Knows Best is a banger, dude.
I know you
like,
wouldn't stop singing it after it happened.
yeah, like especially the reprise is so good where she like belts and oh my god. Mother Knows Best is so good. And the
Yeah.
last I see the light and just Flynn and Eugene
Yeah,
and like the mercenaries great and like going into that bar of mercenaries but then they're all like sweetie pies. It's like
yeah, that was fun. I
yeah,
enjoyed that.
no, there's like this movie is just good the entire way through.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so tough. At 4 out of 5, at 3, I have Aladdin. I fucking love this movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
Aladdin as a character is just so likable, and the princess is so likable.
Yeah,
And I fucking adore Robin Williams. Rest in peace. It's so fucking
Yeah.
depressing, but like him as the genie is just such a great role, honestly. The villain is just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
like
dude.
he
Jafar.
sucks. He's just like always doing some shit that's just like, fuck you, dude. There was like a really weird disclaimer warning before this movie,
Yeah.
which like I
Yeah.
get it. Like it was saying like there's stereotypes and we don't agree with the stereotypes, but it happened, so we're sorry, da da da. And it's like, I get it. Where is the fucking Pocahontas?
in the Mulan, like,
Yeah, Mulan,
what?
Pocahontas. Yeah, it was super weird. But like, anyways, great movie. Like everyone in this movie was just so likable. Obviously, besides the villain, you just like hate that guy so much. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I really enjoyed this movie. It was at 1 for a while for me, and then I like had to think about it again. So
At number 2 with a 4.5 out of 5, I have Aladdin. I think like the side characters are so good. The genie, Abu, Like, dude, the genie is such a great character. Like, he's so good.
Yeah.
And like Jafar turning into that old man and making Aladdin like go and grab the genie, and then Aladdin being a goat.
He's just so devious.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Jafar like almost winning, and like, oh my god. Um and like the music is so good. That's like partially why it's at number 2. Is
Yeah, I forgot how good that music was too.
Yeah, dude.
It's something I don't really think about when I think about Aladdin. Another thing that's weird about Aladdin is like this is like the one movie where it's not based around the princess. Out of all 13 of these, like the princess is actually just the side character in this movie, which is like was kind of odd at first, but like I get it. So
and like so like what is it called? Of course I don't remember the name, but there's the Prince Ali song when he arrives, and
that was awesome.
That's such a good song and scene.
My biggest gripe with Aladdin was obviously it got fixed at the end or whatever, but like why didn't Jasmine just release the genie? Like that was like such a big fucking issue. Like
could have just rubbed the lamp.
Because Jafar got 3 wishes while Aladdin still had not finished his 3 wishes. So why can't Jasmine just you're free now? Like and then she gets 2 wishes. Like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Unless there's some crazy lore that she already did it, and that's why she's a princess or some crazy shit like that. But
yeah, the manipulation goes crazy in this movie.
Seriously.
Like even the carpet's a great character, and it doesn't even talk.
I completely had forgotten that the carpet had any personality. I thought it was literally just something they wrote on. Like I didn't realize it was a being practically.
Then there's the one song where they're both, or I Can Show You the World. That's what it is.
Dude, Jafar went full fucking Wanda and like just unraveled everyone. He made the carpet turn into fucking Mr. Fantastic. Like unraveled him to fucking yarn, and then made the monkey guy into something else. I can't remember what he did to him, but I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's just the worst.
Put Jasmine in like a timer. Drowned her in sand.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy work. Makes me want to play the Disney villain clue though after watching all of these. I don't remember what the thing is on that, but anyways, number 2 I have Moana with a 4 out of 5. I know, kind of shocking.
Not see that coming.
I know, I love Moana so much.
I know you do.
My take earlier that I didn't say, you didn't like the crab fight. I did not like the crab fight the first time I watched it. That has grown on me so much since. Because I thought the Shiny song was just the worst song.
Yeah.
It has grown on me so much since watching it. Like, it's one of my, like, it's not my favorite part, but it's also, like, something I really enjoy now watching it for, like, the 3rd time when we watched it. The family's just so likable. Like everything about that, the beginning song is just so great. Like about them staying at the island. You know, everyone, you can say whatever you want about The Rock being Maui. Like everyone's like, oh, The Rock just does The Rock. It's like the same thing now with Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt just does Chris Pratt voices, but it's like, I thought he's great. He like really cares about the franchise too. Because he did a whole like opening ceremony tribal thing when Moana 2 is getting like revealed, and it's like this guy cares about this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Chris Pratt cares about Garfield or Mario or, you know, other stuff like that. So it's just like there's that. I have not seen Black Adam. We will be watching DCU movies soon, so we'll see about that. Everyone says Black Adam is just The Rock being The Rock, so we'll see how that goes. Like, there's definitely parts where it's like just them in the sea, but I think for the most part, 95% of this movie is important at all times. So, yeah, that's my number 2.
Alrighty. It's funny.
What?
At number one with a 4.5 out of 5, I've got Beauty and the Beast.
I had kind of figured that'd be your one, but I had no idea what any of your takes were for other stuff. So,
I mean, I was in this musical once, so I'm a little partial because I know all the songs.
yeah, every song you were singing too.
Yeah, it was.
You went full Disney adult during that
Yeah,
movie.
But I think there's not a bad character in this movie.
Yeah, that's great.
It's got arguably the most amount of iconic songs in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just so good. It's like the classic judging people by their appearance the entire movie, and like even the Beast was like more scared of people than people were scared of him because they were like, I guess it's just a wolf man.
Dude, when I watched the play or like the musical,
Yeah.
I like hadn't watched like before like that I still hadn't watched it. Like I didn't watch the movie after the musical either. So I guess I didn't really know, but I did not realize how much like of a grumpy guy Beast was.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the musical though, he was like so grumpy at the beginning. I was like, I do not remember this at all.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was like, I mean, obviously he would have been like scary at first to normal people because he's a 8-foot fucking like wolf man. Yeah, like, but like I didn't think he was like a dick for like 50% of the movie.
Yeah.
So rewatching that was interesting.
But like Lumiere and Cogsworth and Miss Potts are also like lovable characters.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh man. And Chip. And like
It's kind of baffled that Miss Potts turned into like a 60-year-old with like a 3-year-old son. I was like,
yeah.
She's banging at 60. Like, what the hell's happening?
But yeah, like Maurice and Belle and Beast and Gaston and LeFou, all great characters.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, dude. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
This is a surprise.
Yeah, I'm really between a 4.5 out of 5 on Tangled. That's my number one. I genuinely think Tangled could be a perfect movie in my eyes. It is so good.
It is very good.
I vividly remember watching this in the theater when it came out, and like, you know, that was around the time when I was like 9 or 8, and I was like, I don't like princess movies.
I'm a boy.
And I was like, that movie was really good, even as like an 8-year-old.
So
it like, just like the movie flows so good. Like there's not a point in that movie where I was like bored. I was like engaged the entire movie. I forgot like Maximus didn't like them for like the first 70% of the movie. I thought they were always like, I thought that was just Flynn Rider's horse. I didn't realize he was like against him. But like, yeah, no, the manipulation went absolutely insane.
Oh my god.
And like, she got Thanos dusted at the end, which was like awesome.
Yeah.
Like, screw you. Like, she's definitely up there for like top 3 villains out of the series that we watched, I think. Like, she's not like super powered like Ursula or like just a bad person like Maleficent. Like, she's just an awful person.
Yeah, she's the worst.
Yeah. And it's like, damn. Yeah, I don't know. And like Flynn Rider's arc is amazing. Like him revealing that his name is Eugene something and he's like not that cool of a person. And the running bit of his nose was hilarious on like the wanted signs. It's like, all right, now you're just doing it to be funny. Like
this they move their thumb and the nose is like 2 feet long.
That was really funny. It's just so enjoyable. And I think all the music in this movie is really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's poetic.
Yeah. It's so tough because I don't give many things a 5 out of 5. I haven't even, like, besides Infinity War, there's 30 plus Marvel movies and I haven't given any of them a 5. Stay tuned on my Letterboxd to find out if I give it a 5 or a 4.5. I just think it's such a good fucking movie. But that is our Marvel rank.
What are you talking about?
Disney ranking. Now I'm stuck in Marvel movies. Forgot to talk about this, but I was looking at the Raya reviews,
Yeah.
and like it was so split between this is either like the worst Disney movie of all time or like this is like a really good movie. And there was some like really funny reviews I was looking at. And I think one of the ones I gave like a 1 star was like this should be called Raya and her trust issues, not Raya and the Last Dragon. And like this one's called What If Thanos Snapped Happened in Asia. Um yeah, no, good stuff.
Oh,
People are
God.
funny on Letterboxd. But yeah, let us know what your favorite Disney princess movie is. And if you say Pocahontas, you're just wrong.
That, oh God, the hottest take.
Actually, like such a bad movie.
It's so bad.
Or if you like Brave. Before we started this, I looked up a Disney princess ranking just because I was kind of curious.
Sure.
And thankfully, I think they're just ranking princesses, not like the movies. And the Brave girl was second on the list.
Yeah.
I was like,
No way.
what? I don't even think she's arguably one of the worst characters in Pixar. Like, I just don't care. Like, maybe we need to give a Brave defender on here and just like get their opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because like I really just could care less about that movie. But thanks for watching.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, your list was pretty ass.
What?
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Just kidding. It was fine.
Our lists were pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like,